Alright folks, and welcome back to the channel where we discuss tomorrow's massive game at Celtic Park as Celtic and Hearts face off in what will decide the destination of the 2025-2026 Scottish Premiership title. I'm joined by Alistair to go over it. Alistair, how you doing?
I'm doing alright, holding up. Ask me tomorrow morning if I'm holding up, then I might give you a different answer, but hopefully we're 4 up at half time. Please,
Aye,
Celtic.
that'd be the ideal situation. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than the Morris game for me. Massive game for both Celtic and Hearts. Obviously, we've discussed the Celtic perspective more than Hearts, to be honest. But it's massive. It's probably the biggest game in Scottish football in probably a decade, maybe decades.
Well, you think about it, Josh, it's the last day what one Celtic goal was Tannadice 2008, so probably since then.
Aye, no, it's massive for as I say for both sides, but for us Celtic, it's a position we probably didn't think that would be in after you look at some of the results. Tannadice, Hibs at home springs to mind. You know, Celtic shouldn't have been in this position, but you know what? Fair fucks to them. They've kind of pulled through. They've managed to get us into a position where we could a win will win as a league, and that's the simple. I know it sounds really simple to say, but that's what you need to do. You need to win. There's no ifs and there's no you know there's no point analysing it. You can analyse it till the cows come home. I mean, Celtic need to win. That's it. For me, that is it. I could end the preview right there. That is it. Celtic need to win. Obviously, the question is, will we do it? I don't know. I'm 50-50 at the moment. Um, but the thing is, Alistair, the good thing is, we're in the position to do it.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Josh, and I'll die on this hill. I think I think we'll put Hearts in the worst case scenario because let's be honest, if you were told at the start of the season one game through you play Hearts at home, you should fancy it.
Oh no, you should fancy your chances.
Uh,
You know, but these Celtic players need to fancy their chances. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I've been like all season. I've never really fancied this, to be honest with you. I fancies to go and do it. I'm just no pure 100% confident. You know, Hearts have, as I said when we done the Motherwell kind of reaction, Hearts have still got a really good chance of coming to Celtic Park and um, getting a result. Would I say the odds are in their favour? I don't think so. I'd say Celtic are the favourites going into the game. Um,
I
I just
think if
think,
we get the Rangers performance, Josh,
aye,
I think
I
we'll
just
be
think with
fine.
home advantage and everything, I think any team at home and a title decider for me um, is the favourites for me. I just think with the home crowd, I would say the same with Hearts if it was at Tynecastle. I just think home advantage could be. The fans have been brilliant the last few weeks. They've been brilliant all season, to be fair. But I just think with the home advantage, hopefully we can kind of use that in our favour. But as I said, Hearts, I've still got a really good chance of coming to Celtic Park and winning the league. Hopefully that isn't the case, and hopefully we manage to win the league. But for me, that's what I have today. Celtic have been they've put themselves in a position to have this kind of last day shootout as you call it, and so why ruin it?
And, and let's be honest, Josh, this is where I'm hoping experience tells because Hearts will have never experienced anything like that before.
Aye. No, I was going to mention that about the experience. I do hope that for as much as the squad's been questioned in terms of technical ability and their ability to win games at times, they're an experienced group of players. Maeda, McGregor, not just the so-called Celtic guys, but even like Maeda, he's been in about it. He knows what it's about. Hatate, he knows what it's about. Even Engels, he's won a league. Most of the Celtic players in this team have won a league title. They know what it is to go the course to win a league title,
Yeah,
and that should count for something. I don't think it makes it automatic. Oh, Celtic going to win the league. They still need to they still need to score the goals in the part that's going to win this league. But I think I would rather have that experience than no have that experience.
I definitely, and I think to be honest, I mean I don't want to put myself in Martin O'Neill's shoes, but a team talk shouldn't be needed.
But
The
it's right there
more
for them.
shouldn't be.
They're right there for them. They've got a chance to win a league title for
And
Celtic and for
and
for their
and good as legends to be honest, because see to be honest, Josh, it kind of puts you won the league Ramona. That'll be my 20th title in 26 years. Now, that's 2 decades of dominance. If
aye,
you
that
think
is.
about it, so so you've got a chance to, and what a way to win a league. But, you've still got 90 minutes to prove that you're worthy. And I would hate it to do all this hard work, beat Rangers for the first time in a year and a half, 2 years, and then go to Murrow, have that elation right at the end, and then fall out the hill. I wouldn't like that at all. But no, I'm quite, I'm quite, I'm hopeful, Josh. Really hopeful.
Aye. I mean, for me as well, I just think I'm hoping that these two victories that I've got, you mentioned them there, especially the one at against Rangers. I'm a firm believer in you know results boosting teams, and gaining that last bit of energy to get themselves over the line, and that might be in like league title races or whatever else. I just think that you know that elation can give you that boost because then you start to think, no, this is ours. This is and that's what I think. I'm a firm believer. I think that they can. I said the same when Rangers, Hearts beat Rangers. I thought that we might have got them early line. Obviously, it didn't because they dropped points at Motherwell. But I just hope that's the same with. I hope that Celtic can have that boost and it can kind of get us early line. Get that kind of last kind of push early line. So I'm hoping, as you say, I'm hoping that the two results don't count for anything because if we don't win it, the more of the two results for me, they don't count for anything, unfortunately. But I just said Martin O'Neill, there shouldn't be a team talk. The more it's there for him, it is. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler. I would try and make it, sound more, difficult to understand. It literally is. You win the league.
Aye.
Honestly, it is.
And
You
you've got
can't
all
get
the
this simple.
crowd as well. I think Hearts have only got 900.
So it's there for you, but you need to make it count.
Yeah,
You need to make it count,
yeah.
and
Otherwise, all the work's been for nothing.
the work's been pointless. And then we'll be on here probably looking back on results that have meant we've not won the league. But I'm not going to get
Hopefully
that now.
not. Hopefully.
No, I'm not going to get that now because we want to try and be positive about it. But so they need to make it count. They need to make that opportunity count for me, and that's what I can say really. Hearts, I mean, they'll be gutted after Wednesday night because the title was there for them. To be honest with you, it was.
Aye.
I think we've admitted as well. If we drew two each at Fir Park,
I would have
they conceded.
conceded, Joshua. And I
They,
did say that.
I think we would have conceded the title. Come on here and conceded the title. And you could see it. Hearts did look. The on the pitch looked a bit gutted. It was
They
a bit of
looked
kick.
crestfallen, to be honest with you.
It was a bit of a kick in the stones. Then obviously the manager comes out and
It was a
gives a
kick right in the Davina McCalls.
boof right in the Costa del Sols. There you go. But Hearts will still be. I still stand by it. I think obviously on Wednesday they looked a bit, dejected, but I still stand by it. I think Hearts will come and they'll still believe. You have to believe. You have
Aye.
to believe. It was Charlie Mulgrew I was listening to. I seen a clip of it. It was Go Radio, and he was. It was this whole way. They're talking about the whole penalty claim and how McKinnon come out and says that we're all against him, and McKinnon and Mulgrew says, "What do you expect? You're trying to win a league. You're trying to win a league." He said they've still got a great opportunity to win the league. He says they seem to have forgotten that a bit, and that's the thing. That's the whole thing for Wednesday night that really confused me. Hearts are still in the driving seat.
Why even mention the penalty?
There's not even to mention it, but you take it in the chin and go, do you know what? Right, we're still in the driving seat come Saturday because they are.
Aye.
They are. There's two results that will favour them and win them league. There's one that will win out us the league. They're in the driving seat.
Aye.
So for me, Wednesday, I spoke at Wednesday before, but it was really confusing for that sense because I just felt like, right, I get you're annoying and probably Celtic are fortunate with a decision, right? I get that, but you're still in the driving seat. I think everybody forgot that you think Celtic didn't win the league on Wednesday, Hearts didn't lose
No.
the league on Wednesday.
All
You
that's
know, see,
happened is you took it to the last day.
which by the way, Denny McInnes had said he was already looking at
Then
anyway.
for that, aye, so he's
So
contradicted himself there.
So I mean, it's just Wednesday was really confusing, but as I said, we've got it. Both teams have got it to a final day, and I would fancy Celtic just because I think we've got that home crowd. Sometimes that can work against you. So it's up to the players to get the crowd involved early on for me. If that's a goal, I think if we score early, I think we could have it
Aye,
in.
they could collapse, aye.
I think they could have it in the bag if we score early. But if we concede early, then you're flipping it. And that's the thing we're talking about. The crowd, crowd's great, but sometimes if they don't give us enough to get, what Celtic Park's like. If the players don't give us anything to get behind, it can start to get the groans starting, the moans, and the impatient. It just starts. So I would like Celtic to come out and try and maybe get an early goal or show a bit early intent to get the crowd on their side.
Aye,
Um,
definitely.
so I think that's important. I think that really is. I think whoever scores the first goal for me, it's quite important. I think the first goal in the game.
Especially for us, I would say, because then you're forcing Hearts. We score first, Josh. Hearts need to come out then.
Aye,
Aye.
no, I would say so. Aye, I think the first goal was massive for me. I think where the game's going to go and ultimately where the title's going to go for me. I think that first goal is ginormous, to be honest. In terms of team selection, I've been
I,
pretty consistent. Where I just keep it the same. Probably,
I
I
think
just don't think we're.
there's one place up for grabs, and that's on the right hand side. What I would do, I'd play Forest in the right, and then I would put Young back in the left and Dyson through the middle.
Right. Um. Aye, I'd probably agree with you. I just don't think Taneke was great on Wednesday, to be honest with
It
you.
was annoying the fuck out of me, to be
Aye.
honest.
I just don't think it was too great on Wednesday, to be honest. But I could still see Martin O'Neill maybe going with Taneke, but I'd like to see Forrest maybe come in.
Big game experience, though.
It's exciting experience, so maybe we would see Forrest. But apart from that, for me, the team stays the
I
same.
mean, I would love to see Rio, but I know it's not going to happen.
No, not now. I think he's going to try and go for somebody who's with the players that have been through the course. Real Hatati's played his part. I'm not saying that for a second. He's not played a part, but
Would it surprise you if Rio done what he done in his debut?
no, I hope he does do it. But I'm going to be very honest. I think Real Hatati. I think we've seen the last of Real Hatati.
Aye.
it's annoying, it's frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably with you on that. I think it's a bit frustrating how there's not really been any kind of clear communication for what actually is going on, because it just seemed really strange. I felt when he's come in this season, sometimes he's been a bit off it, but most of the time for me he's been alright. I think he's come in and stuff and done really well, but I think Martin O'Neill, he's been through all
I
these
don't
games.
think he fancies him, Josh.
Aye,
I
he's
think
been through. He's been through title deciding games. He's been through last day. Hang me, but I'll not bring
here's
it
for
up.
that,
I'll
Josh.
not bring it up. But what my point was, he'll know how the importance of experience, and I just look at it and go, well, he's probably more than likely going to go with a team that's played most of the season, and in that it'll probably be Engels, McGregor, and Negron. I don't think it'll change that too much.
Well, I think he'll. Well, Nigrin scored against Hearts the last time we played them with that free kick. So,
Aye. So I could see that. The only change I could, as I said, maybe Forrest to come in. That's really the only change I could generally see happening. But no, I would just keep the team mostly the same, to be honest. I think that's what Martin
I
O'Neill
don't.
would do.
I think Martin will make as little changes possible and hopefully get an early foothold in the game. Try and get a get a grip and then strangle it and then hopefully see it out. That's my
Aye,
hope anyway.
aye. But aye. But no, you've kind of just led it on to the last thing. Score prediction wise, Alistair will be there.
Yeah, we will do it and I'm gonna say something, Josh. Don't care what the score is. And I always say this at games, one more than them will do me.
But we think the score will be, sure.
Uh, Honestly, 3-1.
Um, I'm going to go 2-0.
Right.
2-0, I think. Hopefully, I say think, I'm hoping. That's what it is. I'm not even thinking, I'm hoping that's what it is, to be honest.
I don't
Um,
I don't care what it is, mate. I just want
no, definitely. But I'm hoping we can maybe get an early goal, and then, as you say, Hearts will need to come out and not play a bit. I think even I think they still will come out and play. I don't think they're going to sit back, and because I
I
think
think there's more chance of them sitting back if it's 0-0 with 20 minutes to
no,
go.
maybe then, but I don't think they're going to be sitting back for 90 minutes, because
No.
I think
You
Hearts
do
will
that
take
as a
that.
recipe for disaster. Hope they do that because I think that would make it easier for us to get on top of them, but I know they won't.
I think Hearts are too good a team to do that, to be fair. But hopefully we can get the win, and obviously the title to go along with it. But I guess we need to just see what happens. But no, I'm going to wrap it up there for today's video, and we'll be back at some point on Saturday after the game.
Hopefully,
Hopefully,
pissed.
hopefully I will maybe pissed, and hopefully talking about Celtic lifting the Scottish Premiership title for the 5th year in a row. But until next time, we'll speak to you later, and hail hail.
Hell, hell.